race 3, the final about to get underway. LJ Anand starts nearest camera on the outside of the front row. Behind him is Gary Waite and Scott Hines. John Bushby alongside Scott Hines. And then a couple of big guns, Duncan Vincent and Paul Mackay on the fourth row. Remember, the top point scoring drivers at the back. That means that Paul O'Brien has to start right from the back of the non-rookie stroke gentleman runners. Lights on. Out go the lights. LJ Anand it is that heads the field at the moment, but he's about to be swamped as they come down into Duffus. The outside line, Scott Hines is there and clashes with Billy Waite in 17. Who was coming down the outside. Hines and Waite are off. Couple of cars running down the escape road. Paul Mackay and I think David Hunter, but it's Duncan Vincent out front side by side with Robbie Burgoyne. Vincent in number 7 with that non-finish finds himself with a fourth row start. He's not generally used to start that far up in the final, but that's the great thing about Legends. If you don't have to rub the green in the first 2 races, you do get the chance to come through. And what's helping his cause there was a very sideways Robbie Burgoyne, who's still in second, with Ben Mason coming through. Ben scored very well indeed in the 2 heats, with second place in heat 2 and 4th preceding that. And Mason's made a lightning start. Around goes the 45 machine of Gary Falconer, a worrying place to be facing the traffic. You can see safety car poised on the tri-oval section as Mason starts to put Ewan Mackay under pressure. Waved yellows at the start-finish line, so they all pretty much go line astern, so good driver behaviour. They all saw the yellows. Scott Hines' car out of harm's way, so we're looking at Robbie Burgoyne in second position, then Ewan Mackay and Ben Mason, Kyle Reid followed by John Patterson. The finals, as ever, a couple more laps for the front runners to have the chance to come through the field. John Patterson's onboard camera still a wee bit askew as he chases Kyle Reid, comes through on the inside at Hislops. Patterson in the blue 3 car, setting the first, as I said in race 2, the first sub-minute lap here, broke the magic minute, and he's looking up the inside. Ben Mason about to be passed by Kyle Reid. Patterson's going to come through as well, but Ewan Mackay in second position at the moment, so another potentially good point score on for him. John Patterson right the way around the outside, Kyle Reid on the inside, Robbie Burgoyne replays a compliment. Patterson's going around Ben Mason. Goes off as well, I think, largely in avoidance. Didn't see the whole incident there. And I think Ben's car is okay. That's going to be the main thing coming back in it. Unless it's, and if he's broken, I guess he'll take it back to pits. But Ben Mason, 2 very good heats, and that's notice of intent for the rest of the year. But Duncan Vincent's away and down the road. Now remember, Doug got the fastest lap in race number 1, so we know that he's on the pace this meeting. Ewan Mackay second, Kyle Reid third place, 4th place the red and blue of Robbie Burgoyne. Reid challenging him. We need to keep our eyes open for Paul O'Brien, who wants to add to the points tally. There is Paul in 5th place, so climbs up the hill. It's Paul Mackay behind him scoring well too. Paul 7th and 8th in his 2 heats. Down into Duffus, Ewan Mackay, the youngest son of Paul, still racing well, 4th position in the championship. He's been so consistent this year. Kyle Reid gets in all sideways, still carrying the momentum. That's the great thing about the top drivers in the Legends. They'll get the car sideways, not scrub off too much speed. You can see that Robbie Burgoyne right behind him. Only now is Robbie having a little look about maybe going up the inside of Clark. Nothing doing this time. So Reid stays in front in 3rd position. Paul O'Brien closes. There's Duncan Vincent going out of shot in the lead. So we're looking at 2nd, Ewan Mackay. 3rd, Kyle Reid. 4th place is Robbie Burgoyne, but Kyle Reid takes 2nd on the inside. Great pass. The door's open. Robbie Burgoyne's coming through. Paul O'Brien fancies a little bit of that as well in black, so he's coming up. Robbie Burgoyne went very, I was going to say wide, but to the inside of the circuit. He's got a problem. He's dropped away and out of it. Robbie Burgoyne will join Ben Mason, Mike Bain and Scott Hines on the sidelines for this race. So there's Kyle Reid ahead of Ewan Mackay. Paul O'Brien right in the mix as well. So this trio, I'm not sure, even if they work together, whether they'd be able to close down on Duncan Vincent, because he's away down the road. Black Lightning's away with it. Paul O'Brien chased by David Hunter, and then Paul Mackay. Nice slide on from the championship leader Hunter. I think the top positions in the championship, judging where they're all finishing at the moment, is going to pretty much stay the same to the end of meeting two. Mackay goes wide. Paul O'Brien up the inside. He's now going to try and hunt down Kyle Reid, who's in that second position. There's Dunk up and over the hill. Waved yellow still being shown from the start-finish line. O'Brien saw the yellows there and realised he couldn't go past Kyle Reid. That was very good awareness from, and good remembering as well, from Paul O'Brien. Reid second. See Ben Mason's car still there, so it does look like a breakage, sadly, for Ben. It's looking a bit like a Legends graveyard around Knock Hill at the moment, with cars either side of the circuit on the first part of the track. But up through the chicane we go again. Kyle Reid's there from Paul O'Brien. O'Brien so far, 1 win, 1 second place, and he's about to dart through to take second place again, and he does it. He passes Kyle Reid. Can Kyle Reid pay the compliment? Doesn't look like he can at the moment. Ewan Mackay's in the mix as well. Ewan wants to have a go and try and get on the podium for this one too. David Hunter's coming up. Ewan Mackay goes wide. Hunter's at a very wide outside. Paul Mackay down behind them. You have to be a brave man to get a bet against Paul O'Brien taking second here. Duncan Vincent is away and down the road and doing well here as Ewan Mackay goes to the outside of Kyle Reid. Down the inside meanwhile comes the championship leader, Sir David Hunter, trying to squeeze through in third. Top marks for Ewan for having a go. Kyle Reid keeping it clean on the middle as well. Here's the view from David Hunter. So Paul O'Brien is chasing him hard. O'Brien third in the championship, and his points haul this weekend is going to bring him up to within 10 or 15 points or so of John Patterson as Ewan Mackay looks up the inside. We go back on board with David Hunter. Now, is he getting closer to Paul O'Brien here? Fastest lap of the race in the final so far is with John Patterson, who's trying to come back at these guys. Patterson in the all-blue car. Let's look back down the circuit. He's away down at the moment on this gaggle of machines. Ewan Mackay gets it all wide over the green painted curbs on the outside. Up across the line we go again. So Duncan Vincent through and down the road. Paul O'Brien second, then David Hunter, Kyle Reid. Ewan Mackay is still applying the pressure. Let's see how defensive Kyle is. Reasonably defensive going down into Scotsman. O'Brien's pretty much picking the lines that he wants at the moment in second position, lapping just outside the magic minute. 1:0.072 back on lap 4. So he is quick. John Patterson has again got inside 1 minute with 59.616 as we ride again with the championship leader David Hunter, the second of the cars in shot, and Ewan Mackay goes to the outside line, challenging for fourth place. Brave stuff to go around the outside of the hairpin. He's got his dad right up his chuffer as well as the race leader goes across the line. There is Duncan Vincent still leading. It's a pretty big lead for Legends, I tell you, and Duncan really made it that hay. Although he started on row 4, relatively towards the front, it wasn't a huge amount of rows ahead of the guys that had scored well, and Duncan really just got his head down at the start and made the most of that advantage that he had through the non-finish. And that's exactly what you have to do. So Duncan Vincent in car 7 is away, and he's the onboard, such as it is. Nice shot with the bonnet. And with Craig next to look elsewhere, he comes out of park, down through Hislops and towards the hairpin now. Still Paul O'Brien second, and Duncan Vincent here. This is going to make it 3 different winners for this meeting, which again underlines how competitive Scottish Legends remain. A wonderful place to come and learn your craft. Drivers like Henry Neal doing that. Up across the line onto the last lap goes the race leader, Duncan Vincent. Still clear, good on Legends-like lead. Paul O'Brien looks settled in second place from David Hunter. Ewan Mackay and Kyle Reid still scrapping over fourth place. But Vincent, no mistakes from him as he comes through the chicane, rides the curves, not going too far to unsettle the car. Again, not too far on the exit of the chicane. Down towards Clark, they go over, clip the apex. Again, really neatly, precision driving from Dunk. He'll put the check in the post later for the nice comments, I feel sure about that. But here he is, big lead, and it's going to win, a third different race winner on the day. We like to see that, the fans like to see variety, and Duncan Vincent has done a superb job from row 4, remember, on the grid, so it wasn't easy by any stretch of the imagination. And he climbs up the hill, and Duncan Vincent will now move into 5th position in the championship. He takes the win. Paul O'Brien, there's David Hunter, Ewan Mackay beat Kyle Reid. Here's John Patterson just on the inside of Paul Mackay. Patterson just beats Mackay. Cracking finish between those two. Patterson getting the fastest lap of the race. Duncan Vincent waves to the crowd. He spends a lot of time talking to the crowd here over the PA in the non-Legends races. And now they can applaud him, not only for his great vocals, but a good performance. Vincent from O'Brien, Hunter third from Ewan Mackay, Kyle Reid, John Patterson, Paul Mackay, Mike Borner and Billy Waite.